Nobody talks about the quiet ways kindness rewires your life, because the person it changes most is never who you expect. Most people assume that doing something good for a stranger is a one-way transaction. You give, they receive, and the story ends there. But what if the real story starts the moment you walk away? If you want to understand how a single forgotten moment can quietly redirect an entire life, stay with this one. Because what happened to Maya is something most of us have already lived through without ever realizing it. And before we go further, if stories like this are the kind that make you stop scrolling and actually feel something, subscribe right now and tap the bell so you never miss one. Maya found the wallet on a Tuesday. Brown leather, stuffed with cash. She counted over $400 inside. There was a driver's license, a library card, and a folded receipt from a children's bookstore. She stood on that sidewalk for a full minute, looking at the face on the license. An older man, kind eyes, someone's grandfather, probably. She had her own bills to pay. She had a job interview the next morning and a bank account that made her stomach tighten every time she checked it. Nobody would have blamed her for keeping it. But she didn't. She found the nearest police station, handed it in anonymously, and walked home without telling a single person. She forgot about it almost immediately. Life moved fast, and small acts of integrity don't come with receipts. But here's where it gets interesting, because the wallet's owner didn't forget. The older man's name was Gerald. He had been carrying that cash to pay a deposit on a small studio space he wanted to rent for his late wife's art collection. When the wallet came back to him, every dollar intact, he was so moved that he wrote a letter to the local newspaper. He didn't know who returned it. He just wanted the city to know that someone out there still chose honesty when no one was watching. That letter ran on a Wednesday morning. A woman named Patricia read it over coffee. Patricia ran a small nonprofit that mentored young women entering the workforce. She clipped the letter and pinned it to her office board as a reminder of the kind of character she wanted to build in the people she worked with. 3 months later, Patricia held an open application for a mentorship program. One of her staff members, who had overheard Maya talking about the wallet at a coffee shop weeks earlier, encouraged Maya to apply. Maya almost didn't. She thought she wasn't the right fit. She thought the timing was wrong. If you've ever talked yourself out of something good because you didn't feel ready, then this next part is specifically for you. Maya applied. Patricia recognized something in her immediately, not because of her resume, but because of the story her staff member had shared. Patricia saw someone who made hard choices quietly, without applause. That was exactly the kind of person she wanted to develop. Within a year, Maya had a mentor, a network, and a career path she hadn't even known existed before that Tuesday on the sidewalk. She never connected the dots until Gerald passed away 2 years later, and his family published a tribute that referenced the wallet story. Maya read it on her phone during her lunch break and sat completely still for several minutes. The $400 she gave back had never really left her hands. Here's the part that stops most people cold. Maya didn't return that wallet because she expected anything. She did it because it was right, and then she moved on. That's the mechanism. Kindness that carries no agenda travels further than kindness performed for an audience. It moves through people and systems and timing in ways you cannot engineer or predict. The ripple doesn't announce itself. It just arrives, sometimes years later, wearing a completely different shape than you imagined. So the next time you're standing on a sidewalk holding someone else's $400, or holding any moment where the easy choice and the right choice split apart, remember that you are not just making a decision for right now. You are sending something forward into a future you cannot see yet. And the person that future changes most might be you. Stories like Maya's don't make the headlines, but they shape the people who do. Subscribe and hit the bell, because next time we're uncovering another invisible force quietly determining the direction of your life.